Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel for a very quick and simple traveler's notebook layout. I'm doing the Felicity Jane 30-day journal challenge, and I'm showing you there I'm up to recording something that made me smile. So I'm focusing on my garden as we've just started our spring season here in Australia. I've mounted my photo of some flowers from my garden already on some papers, and I've added a little banner with a stamp on that. Now, I'm adding some of those branding strips from Felicity Jane. Of course, they're too gorgeous to throw out, so I store them away and try to use them where I can. The top two are from the Zoe kit. And I know the floral one I've cut into the banner shape is from the Gina kit. I'm not sure about the other two on the bottom of the page. Sticking those down now, and I'm really sorry that the bottom of my working space is slightly cut off. I'm using my iPhone to record this today as my camera was flat, and I really wanted to get this documented. So I'm just sticking those down, making sure they're straight. And I've grabbed my stamps from both the Gina kit and the Lola kit, and I'm going to do some stamping. Now you'll see at the end in the still shot, the bottom one is from the Gina kit and it says just the beginning. We're at the beginning of spring. And the top one I'm adding says smiling. And that's also from the Gina kit. So that's because just to record that this page was dedicated to something that made me smile. So getting that roughly in the center, I'm not measuring it, I'm just eyeballing it. Now I'm adding some foam tape to that banner that I've made from the branding strip, and that's going to sit up on the bottom two branding strips. You'll see that in the still shots at the end. Popping that down, and I slightly curve up the ends. It'll probably get flattened over time in the journal, but it gives it some dimension for now. So I'm gluing down my photo and the embellishments I've already added to that. And I'm using that home puffy sticker from the Gina kit as well. I'm using that little green heart, chipboard heart from Gina kit. And popping on a couple of enamel dots. Now that came with one of the other kits, and I'm not sure off the top of my head which one. So I've done my journaling on my typewriter, and I'm just going to trim that down now into some strips. And it basically is just talking about how we live in a country town in New South Wales, but we are still fairly new here. Most of our life we've lived up on the central coast of New South Wales. So for me, having a spring where I can have bulbs in my garden is new, and I'm absolutely loving it. So I'm recording about that I love going out every day in spring and seeing what new bulbs have popped up, because there's always something new in the garden. Our garden, the house we're in, is 111 years old, and our garden is very old. So we've got some beautiful old-fashioned trees and bulbs, and I just love this time of year. So popping down my journaling now, you can see I'm using that little bit of excess plastic to run my tape runner, because my tape runner is slightly wider than my journaling strips. I don't have the thin tape, so I don't want it all over my mat. So I'm just using that so the excess goes on that plastic. Okay, that little banner that's attached with a stapler to the photo was moving around too much, so I've popped some foam under that. And that is the layout done. So I'm going to show you how I put it into my traveler's notebook. I started off with my little tape runner, but It wasn't working well. I went to my ATG gun. It didn't work well, so I went back to my tape runner. It's a bit much really for a small little layout, but anyway, it gets in there in the end. And here's some finishing shots now. So join along in the challenge. Felicity Jane has the list of prompts on their website, and I'll see you again next time.